The Trump administration is lying about Iran and the Gulf of Oman attack. Don't take my word for it. Take the tanker captain, essentially the guy that was there. Also, strangely enough, take CNN, because even CNN notices. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is Soapbox After Dark. And yes, the Japanese tanker captain addresses, I guess, the media. He's talking to the media. He says the Trump administration is not telling the truth about what happened. We were hit with an object, not a mine. He's very specific about it. And in fact, let me show you. I'm putting the articles at the bottom so you can see it for yourself. But I want to go further into that. Damn, and I closed the page. I closed the page. That sucks. It was a mistake. The Japanese tanker captain. So there are 2 points. One, the Japanese tanker captain says that Donald Trump is lying, or let's be specific, is giving falsehoods. Jesus Christ, I just had the video. Just had it. Here we are. All right. So Trump administration is providing false information. I'm sorry, guys, it's late. I'm dragging ass. It's been a very long day. All right. The owner of the Japanese tanker attacked on Thursday said U.S. reports have provided false information about what happened in the Gulf of Oman. The ship operator said flying objects that may have been bullets were the cause of the damage to the vessel rather than mines used by the Iranian forces, as the U.S. has suggested. Now, understand, the person who was there said it was a flying object. It wasn't a mine. First point. Second point. This is the video that the United States put out as their proof. I love that. Isn't that amazing? The country that was purveyors of weapons of mass destruction has now put out proof and expects the rest of the world to believe them. That's awesome. Proof. I want you to look at this video, though, because CNN is fact-checking the Trump administration, but it's doing so in somewhat of a sly way. This is the video that they release. This shameful, ridiculous video where you don't see anything. We have no idea what's taking place here, or even if anything is taking place here at all. Meaning we have no idea if this video is real. We have no idea if this actually took place, if it took place somewhere else. We have no idea what this is. And you should not, by no means, believe anything that the United States is putting out here. But first, let's take a look at this video. This is what the U.S. put out. I want you to look at something, though. Look at what CNN says. Video that the U.S. military released, Navy ship, yep, all that good stuff. Now, they're trying to say that they were removing a bomb. Now, look at what CNN says here. This is the most important part. The boats were hit at or below the waterline in close proximity to the engine room. At or below the waterline in close proximity to the engine room. But notice something. It's hard to see because apparently this is the best that the U.S. could do in regards to, keeping track of this. But you can see in this fuzzy image that what this guy is taking off, look at where he is. He's up here. At or below the waterline down there, he's pulling it off up here. Even in their own video, you get it wrong. You can't even get that right. You can't even do bad things well. You're faking a video, and even in the video of that you come up with that's fuzzy, that you can't see anything on, that looks weird and strange, and with $1 trillion military budget, the best that you can do, even with that, look at this. At or below the engine line. I'm sorry, at or below the waterline. Look what the sky is. At or below the waterline. That's not at or below the waterline. That's nowhere near the waterline. He's up here. Waterline here. He's up here. Waterline here. All right, CNN. Where did this explosion take place? Where did it take place, CNN? Give us the news. Come on. The boats were hit at or below the waterline in close proximity to the engine room. Also, hit. Impact. I guess my point is this. Even in the video that we're given, it doesn't match up to what took place. This is a dodgy video. This video does not in any way make sense. And even CNN notices. That's when you know you do bad things badly. You do bad things badly. You don't do bad things well. You can't get Maduro out of Venezuela. You don't even have the credibility to pull this off. And even when you have things like, oh my God, here's a chemical weapon strike in Syria. Look, it boils down to this. Who do you believe? Do you believe the Japanese captain who was actually there and say, oh my God, I've been hit? Or do you believe the Trump administration that has ratcheted up and has lined itself with psychopaths, both of which, Pompeo and Bolton, with plans on toppling Iran? I mean, who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? And I say this because the rest of the world at this point don't believe the United States, nor should they believe the United States. What reason would you have to believe the United States? Were there weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? Was there a Gulf of Tonkin? Were there Syria chemical weapon strikes? Or did Bashar al-Assad gas his people at the end, meaning the last few times? Do they have evidence for it? The answer is no. Did they strike them? Yes. They don't even wait and do here's the tube anymore. They just immediately strike, and the rest of the world stand by, holding their hands, doing nothing. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? The guy that was there, or these psychopaths that have been doing everything they can to topple this government? And again, even the evidence that they give, you can't do bad things well. I find that to be astonishing. I find that to be utterly astonishing. Hey, here's a video showing that Iran did it. And by the way, they upped the ante on this. They tried to say that Iran tried to shoot down the drone that was essentially supposedly getting this horrible video. Look at this. This is what they're giving to the world and say, here's your evidence. You can believe us. You can trust this. You can trust this. Here's the catch. If you run a campaign and for a year, 2 years, you scream, lock her up at the top of your lungs. You go from pillar to post, from one end of the country to the next, screaming that you are going to lock your political opponent up. You know what happens when you get elected? She's bulletproof. Doesn't matter what she's done. She's bulletproof. Because any touching her at that point looks like a political witch hunt. It looks like you're doing this for political effect. Kind of like when you shut the government down. For over a month and a half and had those people living in dire straits. And you didn't care. Utter betrayal. She's bulletproof. You know what also happens? When you scream that you're going to pull the United States out of the JCPOA and you put in psychopaths that were screaming that they were going to be celebrating into Iran paid by a bunch of religious maniacs. You know what happens? Nobody believes you when you finally do that. When you finally scream that, oh my God, Iran did X, people look for evidence. You have no credibility. You have several friends, all of which are perfectly okay with fighting to the last dead American in order to take down Iran, all of which have the ability to pull this off. You didn't bring that up, which means you're lying on your face because there are other governments that would do this, that could pull this off. Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United States. I'll end this here. I don't want this one to be long. This video makes 0 sense. And it's astonishing that CNN even knows. Even CNN knows. I don't know how you look at this video. Like, I just feel like back in the 60s, the CIA was more competent. Or these intelligence services were more competent. Or the people who create videos like this were more competent. Or maybe they just assume that nobody would look further into it. The problem is you have Trump as your president. You have an administration that lies constantly and that the media outright hates and despises. So yeah, they get a slight bit more scrutiny on stuff like this. Not to mention you have the rest of the world that finds the United States to be completely valueless, immoral to its hilt. I don't give a shit what the political people are saying when they're running in the race talking about rah-rah in America. The truth of the matter is, without a moral core, that's how this operates. You tell me I'm wrong. They are just producing a video with a Japanese captain on the ship that was hit by something, and these guys come on and say, there is no spoon. There is no spoon. No spoon at all. I'll end this here. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support the PayPal or Patreon. Thanks all.